All right, let's delve into this. You're seeking relief from arthritis, that persistent ache and stiffness, and perhaps you've heard that your diet can play a role. Maybe you've even considered yogurt. But did you know that the innocent-looking yogurt tub in your grocery store aisle could be a double-edged sword? Some choices might offer a beacon of hope for your joints, while others could be secretly undermining your efforts, perhaps even fanning the flames of inflammation. It's a startling thought, isn't it? You reach for something believing it's a healthy choice, a step towards feeling better. But what if that very food contains hidden ingredients that are counterproductive to your goals? Many people, especially those navigating the complexities of joint pain, are looking for natural ways to manage their symptoms. And while certain yogurts can indeed be powerful allies, the market is flooded with options that are, frankly, more like sugary desserts than therapeutic foods. If you've been trying to eat healthier, yet still struggle with persistent joint discomfort, could your yogurt choice be part of the puzzle you haven't yet solved? Today, we're not just going to list a few good yogurts. We're going to look deeper. We'll scrutinize what makes a yogurt genuinely beneficial for someone with arthritis, and what hidden pitfalls you absolutely must avoid. We'll discuss 3 broad categories of yogurt that often come up in conversations about health: Greek yogurt, the classic plain whole milk yogurt, and the ever-expanding world of plant-based alternatives. But our focus will be on equipping you with the knowledge to discern the good from the not-so-good, the truly helpful from the merely marketed. Because when you're dealing with something as challenging as arthritis, you deserve clarity, not just clever packaging. Are you ready to look beyond the labels and understand what your joints truly need? Let's begin this journey toward making informed choices. You've likely heard the buzz around Greek yogurt. It's touted for its thick, luxurious texture and often its higher protein content. Many believe it's an automatic upgrade from regular yogurt. But when it comes to arthritis, is it always the hero it's made out to be, or are there nuances we're missing? The allure is understandable. Greek yogurt typically boasts nearly double the protein of its conventional counterparts. And why should this matter to your aching joints? Well, protein is fundamental for muscle repair and maintenance. Think about it. Strong muscles surrounding your joints act like natural braces, providing support, absorbing shock, and reducing the direct strain on the cartilage and bone. When your muscles are robust, your joints don't have to work as hard. This can translate to less wear and tear, and potentially less pain. So, on the surface, that protein punch seems like a clear win. Then there's the probiotic aspect. Those live and active cultures, friendly bacteria like lactobacillus and bifidobacterium species, are often highlighted. And there's a growing mountain of evidence suggesting a profound connection between your gut health and systemic inflammation. You see, an imbalanced gut, where less beneficial bacteria proliferate, can lead to a compromised gut lining, sometimes referred to as a leaky gut. This condition can allow inflammatory molecules to enter your bloodstream, triggering or worsening inflammation throughout your body, including your joints. It's a vicious cycle. The theory is that the probiotics in Greek yogurt can help restore a healthier gut balance, fortify that gut lining, and thereby help to quell that systemic inflammation. This is a compelling argument, and for many, it's a key reason to incorporate such yogurts into their diet. But here's where we need to pause and ask some critical questions. Is all Greek yogurt created equal in this regard? Absolutely not. The first major pitfall is added sugar. Many flavored Greek yogurts, think vanilla, honey, fruit on the bottom, are laden with sugars. And what does sugar do? It's a notorious pro-inflammatory agent. It can spike your blood sugar, feed the bad bacteria in your gut, and contribute to weight gain, which puts additional stress on your weight-bearing joints like knees and hips. So if you're consuming a sugary Greek yogurt, are you truly helping your arthritis, or are you potentially negating the benefits and even adding to the problem? It's a crucial distinction. Always, and I mean always, opt for plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. You can always add your own fresh berries, which are packed with antioxidants, or a sprinkle of cinnamon, known for its anti-inflammatory properties. Another consideration is the fat content. While some fear fat, the fats in dairy, particularly from grass-fed sources, if you can find them, can provide fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. Vitamin D, in particular, plays a crucial role in calcium absorption and immune modulation, and many people with inflammatory arthritis are found to be deficient. However, the debate around saturated fats and inflammation continues. My personal take is that for many, a moderate amount of full-fat or low-fat plain Greek yogurt is fine, especially as it can be more satiating than non-fat versions, helping with overall calorie control. Non-fat versions, while lower in calories, sometimes have thickeners or other additives to mimic the texture of fat, so always read the label. What additives are they using? Are these things your body truly needs? And what about those live and active cultures? While Greek yogurt is made using these cultures, the straining process that gives it its thickness can sometimes reduce the final probiotic count compared to some unstrained yogurts. It's also worth noting that the specific strains of probiotics matter. Not all strains have the same effect on inflammation or gut health. Research is ongoing, but strains like Lactobacillus rhamnosus GG or Bifidobacterium lactis have shown promise in some studies related to gut health and immunity. Does your Greek yogurt specify the strains? Most don't, simply stating live and active cultures. This isn't necessarily bad, but it's a layer of detail often missing. So what's the verdict on Greek yogurt for arthritis? It can be a beneficial food, primarily due to its protein content and potential probiotic benefits if you choose wisely. Your checklist for Greek yogurt should be 1. Plain and unsweetened. This is non-negotiable. 2. Check for live and active cultures. Ensure it's not just made with, but contains them. 3. Consider the fat content. Low fat or full fat can be more satisfying and may offer more nutrients than non-fat, which might have more additives. 4. Read the ingredient list. Fewer ingredients are generally better. Avoid those with excessive thickeners, artificial sweeteners, or other unnecessary additives. Ask yourself, is the Greek yogurt I'm currently eating a sugar bomb in disguise? Or is it a plain, protein-rich, probiotic-containing ally? A simple switch here could make a noticeable difference in how your joints feel over time. Don't just grab the one on sale. Be a discerning consumer for your health. Now, some of you might raise an eyebrow at whole milk. For decades, we've been steered towards low-fat and non-fat dairy. But what if, in our quest to avoid fat, we've inadvertently sidestepped some unique benefits, especially for those managing arthritis? Plain whole milk yogurt, particularly when it's minimally processed and teeming with live cultures, offers a different profile than its highly processed, often sweetened, low-fat cousins. The primary argument here revolves around nutrient synergy and the nature of the fats themselves. Whole milk contains saturated fats, yes, but it also provides monounsaturated fats and is a natural source of fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K2. Vitamin K2 is particularly interesting. It works alongside vitamin D to help ensure calcium is deposited in your bones and teeth, rather than in soft tissues like arteries or potentially joints. Stronger bones provide a better foundation for your joints. Could it be that the fear of whole milk has led us to miss out on these natural nutrient combinations? The live cultures are, again, paramount. Just as with Greek yogurt, these probiotics are key for fostering a healthy gut microbiome, which, as we've discussed, is intrinsically linked to managing systemic inflammation, the very inflammation that torments arthritic joints. Imagine your gut as a garden. Probiotics are like planting beneficial flowers and herbs that help keep the weeds in check. A flourishing gut garden means less irritation, a stronger gut barrier, and a calmer immune system. This can translate to a reduction in the inflammatory signals that reach your joints. But why whole milk specifically, beyond the fat-soluble vitamins? Some proponents argue that the fats in whole milk yogurt can actually enhance the absorption of these beneficial probiotics and other nutrients. Moreover, whole milk yogurt tends to be more satiating. That creamy texture and richness can leave you feeling fuller for longer, potentially reducing overall calorie intake and aiding in weight management. And let's be honest, managing weight is crucial for arthritis sufferers, as every extra pound places several more pounds of pressure on your joints, especially the knees and hips. If a small serving of plain whole milk yogurt helps you avoid less healthy, calorie-dense snacks later, isn't that a net positive? However, we must address the concerns. Saturated fat intake is a complex topic, and for individuals with certain health conditions or risk factors for heart disease, high consumption might not be advisable. This is where individual context and discussion with your healthcare provider are essential. My perspective is that for many, including a moderate amount of plain, unsweetened whole milk yogurt as part of a balanced anti-inflammatory diet, is unlikely to be harmful and may offer unique benefits. The emphasis here is on plain and unsweetened. Just like with Greek yogurt, the moment you venture into flavored or sweetened varieties, you're often inviting a deluge of sugar and artificial ingredients that can counteract any potential good. What about digestibility? Some people who find regular milk challenging can often tolerate yogurt better. The fermentation process involved in making yogurt breaks down some of the lactose, and the live cultures themselves can produce lactase, the enzyme needed to digest lactose. So if you've shied away from dairy, a small amount of good quality, plain whole milk yogurt with live cultures might be worth a careful try. Introduced slowly to see how your body responds. When you're in the store, what should you look for? 1. Plain and unsweetened. Again, the most critical factor. 2. Whole milk, if you're opting for this category. 3. Contains live and active cultures. Look for specific strains listed if possible, though this is rare for many mainstream brands. Terms like Lactobacillus acidophilus, Bifidobacterium lactis, Streptococcus thermophilus, and Lactobacillus bulgaricus are common. 4. Minimal ingredients. Yogurt should ideally be milk and cultures. Avoid products with long lists of thickeners, stabilizers, or artificial sweeteners. Some natural stabilizers like pectin are generally fine, but simplicity is often best. 5. Consider grass-fed if available and affordable. Dairy from grass-fed cows tends to have a better fatty acid profile, including more omega-3s and conjugated linoleic acid, both of which have anti-inflammatory properties. This is often a premium product, but could offer additional benefits. Ask yourself, have I dismissed whole milk yogurt based on outdated advice without considering its potential for nutrient density and gut support when chosen carefully? Could this traditional food, in its purest form, be a missing piece in my arthritis management plan? It's about making an informed choice, not just following a trend. For those who are dairy intolerant, vegan, or simply choose to avoid dairy for personal reasons, the world of plant-based yogurts has exploded in recent years. Options made from almonds, coconuts, cashews, soy, oats, and even pea protein line the shelves. But does this dairy-free abundance automatically translate to joint relief? Or are there new pitfalls to navigate in this burgeoning market? The primary appeal, of course, is the absence of dairy. For some individuals with arthritis, particularly rheumatoid arthritis, dairy proteins like casein can be perceived by the immune system as foreign invaders, potentially triggering an inflammatory response. If you've noticed that dairy seems to exacerbate your symptoms, then a plant-based alternative is a logical step. The key here, just as with dairy yogurts, is the inclusion of live and active probiotic cultures. Without them, a plant-based yogurt is essentially just a creamy, plant-derived base. It's the probiotics that offer the potential to modulate gut health and, by extension, systemic inflammation. So, the first thing you must verify is that the product explicitly states it contains live and active cultures or lists specific probiotic strains. Don't assume all plant-based yogurts are created equal in this regard. Many are not. Let's look at some common bases. Coconut yogurt, often praised for its rich, creamy texture, similar to Greek yogurt. Coconut contains medium-chain triglycerides, which are fats that are metabolized differently, and some studies suggest may have mild anti-inflammatory effects. However, coconut yogurt can also be high in saturated fat. While plant-based saturated fats may act differently in the body than animal-derived ones, it's something to be mindful of, especially regarding overall dietary balance. The main watch-out? Sugar. Many commercial coconut yogurts are heavily sweetened to appeal to a broader palate. Almond yogurt, generally lighter in texture and calories. Almonds themselves are a source of vitamin E, a potent antioxidant that can help combat oxidative stress, which plays a role in inflammatory conditions like arthritis. But how much of that vitamin E makes it into the final yogurt product? In a significant amount. And again, check for added sugars and thickeners, as almond milk itself is quite thin. Cashew yogurt, known for its creamy consistency, often requiring fewer additives to achieve a desirable texture. Cashews offer some healthy fats, a bit of protein, and minerals like magnesium, which is important for muscle and nerve function and can be lacking in many diets. Soy yogurt. Soy is a complete protein and has been a traditional dairy alternative for a long time. However, soy is also a common allergen, and concerns about phytoestrogens exist for some, though research often indicates moderate consumption of whole soy foods is safe and potentially beneficial. Look for non-GMO options, if that's a concern for you. Oat yogurt, becoming increasingly popular due to its creamy texture and slightly sweet natural flavor. Oats contain beta-glucan, a type of soluble fiber known for its heart health benefits and potential immune-modulating effects. The biggest challenge with plant-based yogurts, beyond ensuring they contain probiotics, is navigating the ingredient list. To achieve a texture and taste comparable to dairy yogurt, manufacturers often add a host of ingredients. Added sugars. This is rampant. Cane sugar, agave, fruit juice concentrates. They all add up and can fuel inflammation. Always aim for unsweetened or plain varieties. Thickeners and gums, gar gum, xanthan gum, locust bean gum, carrageenan. While generally recognized as safe for most, some individuals find that these can cause digestive upset. Carrageenan, in particular, has been a subject of debate regarding its potential inflammatory effects in the gut for sensitive individuals. If you notice bloating or discomfort, you might want to try a brand without these. Fortification. This can be a plus. Many plant-based yogurts are fortified with calcium and vitamin D to mimic the levels found in dairy. Given that these nutrients are crucial for bone health, which is vital when managing arthritis, choosing a fortified option can be a smart move. Check the levels. Are they meaningful? My strong opinion here is that simplicity is best. The fewer ingredients, the better. If you find an unsweetened plant-based yogurt with live cultures, a recognizable base, and perhaps fortification with calcium and vitamin D, that's a good starting point. But you must become a label detective. Don't be swayed by pretty packaging or health halos. Ask yourself, am I choosing a plant-based yogurt that truly supports my anti-inflammatory goals? Or am I inadvertently consuming a concoction of sugars and additives that could be working against me? Is it genuinely cultured or just a flavored plant milk pudding? The dairy-free aisle requires just as much, if not more, scrutiny. We've journeyed through the creamy aisles of Greek, whole milk, and plant-based yogurts. The recurring theme, as you've no doubt noticed, isn't about a single miracle yogurt. Instead, it's about understanding the principles that make any yogurt a potentially helpful addition to an arthritis management diet. The problem isn't yogurt itself. It's often how it's processed, what's added to it, and our understanding of what to look for. Many people trying to do the right thing for their health are unknowingly consuming products that might be hindering their progress. Think of it like this. You wouldn't knowingly add a spoonful of sugar to a wound, yet many flavored yogurts are essentially doing that to your internal inflammatory environment. Your body craves balance. When you provide it with genuinely nourishing foods, rich in beneficial compounds like probiotics and key nutrients, and low in inflammatory triggers like excess sugar and unnecessary additives, you're giving it the tools it needs to help calm inflammation and support healing. The non-negotiables, regardless of the yogurt type, are 1. Plain and unsweetened. This is the golden rule. Control the sweetness and flavor yourself with whole, natural ingredients. 2. Live and active cultures. This is where the gut health and anti-inflammatory potential primarily lies. 3. Read the full ingredient list. Be wary of long lists, artificial sweeteners, excessive thickeners, or anything you don't recognize. Beyond these, consider your own dietary needs and preferences. Do you need more protein? Plain Greek yogurt might be a good fit. Are you comfortable with whole milk fats and seeking nutrient density? Plain whole milk yogurt could be an option. Are you dairy-free? A carefully selected, unsweetened, cultured plant-based yogurt is your go-to. But remember, yogurt is just one component of an anti-inflammatory lifestyle. It's not a magic bullet. It should complement a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, and lean proteins, while minimizing processed foods, trans fats, and yes, added sugars. Regular gentle movement, stress management, and adequate sleep are also crucial pillars in managing arthritis. The power is truly in your hands, or rather, in your choices at the grocery store. Don't just passively accept what's marketed to you. Question it. Investigate it. Become an advocate for your own health. What's one change you're considering making to your yogurt choices after hearing this? Perhaps you'll finally ditch that fruit on the bottom variety, for a plain version you can customize yourself. Or maybe you'll start scrutinizing labels for those live cultures and shorter ingredient lists. Every small, informed choice can accumulate into significant improvements in how you feel. Your journey to managing arthritis is multifaceted, and what you put into your body plays a starring role. Choose wisely, nourish your body with intent, and you might just find that your joints start to thank you, one creamy, healthy spoonful at a time. If this discussion has shed some new light or sparked an idea for you, I'd genuinely love to hear about it. Please take a moment to share one thing you've learned or plan to apply. Drop a comment below. Your insights might just help someone else on their journey. And if you found this valuable, a like would be much appreciated. And consider subscribing for more insights into navigating your health naturally. Thank you for investing your time in understanding this, and here's to making choices that truly support your well-being.